when you lean into this concept of love and this frequency of love, and that love is always available to you, and that you can love all parts of yourself, you start to heal the parts that really require mending. Welcome to today's episode. I'm so excited you are here. Do you love yourself? Do you honestly love all parts of yourself? Dark parts, light parts, beautiful parts, silly parts, curious parts, angry parts, rageful parts, worried parts. Do you love all parts of yourself? All parts of you are vibrating at a certain frequency for a certain reason. And when you love these parts, you can love them to evolve. Yes, let me say that again. The parts that are wanting to evolve, that are keeping you stuck, keeping you shackled to the past, you can love them to evolve. I call them loving them to death. Because when you love them to death, there's an emergence of love. There's an emergence of true self, true authenticity that gets to emerge within you. And the new evolved being that you are gets to navigate life from that moment in time and not from the past. And then you're thinking like, hey, Amy, but why do I keep having the same thing come up? Like, I thought I healed that part and now it's coming up again and it's not healed. Well, we're like onions, and we peel back one layer, and then a little sticky part comes forward, or a very loud part comes forward that says, hey, look at me again. There's a new part that has to be looked at. There's a new part that has to be healed. There's a new layer to that trauma. There's a new layer to that experience that requires your attention. When something is revealed, it's not because you didn't do the work before. It's because it's time to look at it through a new lens. It's time to ask for more support. And it's time for your soul to evolve from that experience, or that aspect of that experience, or that aspect that was created from that experience. And you do that through love. You do that through curiosity. And you do that through asking yourself a lot of questions, leaning into your spiritual practices and leaning into your support systems. And what I mean by leaning into your support systems, that could be getting professional help. That could be doing different spiritual practices that support you in healing yourself. That could be being brutally honest. That could be talking to someone that's a non-professional, maybe a family member or a friend or a coworker or an acquaintance, that just allows you to feel safe and allows you to evolve. The thing that you're going to constantly come back to is, can I love myself? Can I love this part of myself that's showing up right this moment so that I can evolve? Because when you do that, you are ultimately leaning into your beacon of light and going, yes, yes. I'm saying yes to me. I'm saying yes to my soul evolving. I am saying yes. And when you say yes, your life starts to manifest in a completely different way. Love is a frequency that heals time. And what they mean by that is there's these little blips, these little tears in the timeline. And these tears happen through discord, through experiences, through challenges, through thoughts, through habits, through trauma, through drama. And these tears in the timelines can be healed through love and through servitude of true connection with divine self and divinity. And what they mean by that is when you lean into this concept of love and this frequency of love, and that love is always available to you, and that you can love all parts of yourself, you start to heal the parts that really require mending. And you get to love them to death, because not all parts are meant to go with you into the future. Not all parts are meant to be in the present moment with you, because they are old and they are outdated. And when you start to love yourself, you get the support that you require, and you start doing the practices and the rituals and living the spiritual life that is required of you to make true lasting change and allow your soul to evolve, you start waking up to a totally different frequency and perception. And when you change your perception, you change your life. I love the masters, teachers, and loved ones of the Akashic Records because they offer multiple perspectives. Oftentimes I'll have something that I truly believe is this way. It's only this way. This is my perception. And they'll offer an alternative perception, which reframes my thoughts, which reframes my frequency, which shifts me out of that narrow thinking. And it allows me to open up and see what else is out there and to shift perspective. Doesn't mean that perspective was wrong. It just offers an alternative perspective, which then also offers an alternative opportunity to see things differently, which then allows me to navigate the path differently, which then allows me to love myself or love someone else or love the situation in a different way, because it's an opportunity. There's always opportunities that our soul gets to have, our soul gets to experience. One of the things that I want to encourage you to do is to define how you love yourself unconditionally. And this can be a really hard thing to do. Can you give yourself permission to love yourself unconditionally? Meaning you're not going to put conditions on it. Meaning, let's say you made a mistake. Can you love yourself through that mistake? Let's say you're wanting to make a major change in your life and you are crippled in fear. Can you still love yourself while you're crippled in fear so that you can loosen up that fear that's gripping you, that's holding you back, that's keeping you stagnant? Can you love yourself so that you can open yourself up to support and to trust and courage and assertiveness and to power that's accessible to you? Because if you're crippled in fear, you have to reach deep, deep down, and you can reach deep, deep down by loving yourself, because it softens the energy, it softens the grip, and it allows you to open yourself up to new possibilities. It allows you to open yourself up to infinite possibilities that are accessible to you at all times. And let me tell you something. You are a miracle, my friend. You are a miracle. And there's so many things that your soul is desiring to have, to experience, to witness. And it starts with love. Can you love yourself more deeply than what you're loving yourself right now? Can you let go of the conditions that you have placed upon your heart on what love truly means to you? And can you love yourself unconditionally through those times? Also, can you love other people unconditionally with boundaries? Loving others unconditionally with boundaries allows you to have a different experience and different relationship with yourself, others, and creation. And it does not mean that you are allowing someone to walk all over you. It does not mean that you have to be okay with everything that they are doing. What it means is, I'm going to love you how you are. I'm going to accept you how you are, but this is my boundary in our relationship, because it allows me to love myself in a different way and allows me to respect myself in a different way that allows me to continue to pour love back into you with boundaries. Boundaries are sets of conditions and actions that you're going to take if someone breaks them. They don't have to do anything to hold your boundary. You're responsible for holding your boundary, and it's an act of self-love. We are here to experience relationships and connection, and all of our relationships are an opportunity to evolve. And some relationships require strong boundaries and or the ability to cut ties because it is an act of self-love. I have let go of relationships. I have put up major boundaries. I will be holding myself accountable, or I will hold myself accountable when I am not in agreement with how someone is treating me or how someone is behaving that goes against what it is that I put a boundary up for. And there's reasons for boundaries because they allow you to navigate your life from a place of safety and love. If you don't feel safe, it's hard to lean into that love system. And the more that you remind yourself you're safe, the more you're going to remember to love yourself as well. Because aspects of you are created due to safety reasons. There's parts of you that didn't feel safe, so they created themselves to feel safe. There's these personality traits, these habits, these patterns that you have. It might be shielding your heart because you don't want to be hurt. And so when you put these boundaries up and you respect yourself and you shift perspectives, you start to love yourself in a completely different way. And you peel back all those layers. And when you're peeling them back and you get the opportunity to love yourself on a deeper level, thank yourself for showing up and doing the work. Thank yourself for looking at an alternative. Thank yourself for just being you because you are doing the work and you are loving yourself in such a beautiful, magnificent way. So with that being said, I want to encourage you to love yourself unconditionally and constantly look at how you're giving yourself permission to love yourself and how you're giving yourself permission to love others unconditionally with boundaries because you deserve it. All right, my friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Please make sure you like and subscribe and share this with a friend. I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.